Hold on. Throwing a little jump cut action in there for you guys. So I was thinking about how I wanted to make this video, or that I wanted to make this video. And thought about it, and I decided that I'm just gonna cam up and make it. Y'all see this behind me. There's even more up here, more over there, more over there. So what I decided, I don't know how exactly I'm going to go about it yet. Let me start this video a different way, actually. Anybody who knows, and I've seen these videos be made by other content creators, and I didn't think I would be making one myself. But here I am. So, I've always been into fragrances, right? It's always been something that I really, really like. It has been for a long time, since I was a kid. If you've never gotten a Hydro Flask, get a Hydro Flask. I love these things. And part of the reason why I started to introduce you guys to my fragrance hobby is because I never wanted this to totally be a fragrance channel. What I want this channel to be is interests that I have. Vaping. Fragrances. Firearms. Right? That's what I want this to be. You never know. I never know what my next video is going to be because it's just what I feel like making. I mean, I have another hobby. One thing I absolutely love to collect. I love flashlights. Right? Big fan. A while back, I love animals. A while back, I used to go over like the foods I feed my pet. By the way, everybody. Oh, I love you too. Hi, kiddo. Say hi. Wave hi to everybody. Hi, Skid. Hi, everybody. You are adorable. I love your face. Now go back to bed. Gym vlogs. To get to the point here, because we're almost 4 minutes into this video, I never wanted this to be just a fragrance channel. I wanted this to be, and it still is, something that, a channel just about my life, right? But one thing I realized is I was looking around, and I went through my collection the other day. These are the fragrances I'm keeping, right? My rotation is over there. The one bottle I have to give back to somebody else is over there. And on the chopping block, there's about 75 bottles. There's about 75 bottles over there. Okay? And I'm not kidding. So what I found myself doing in this hobby is a fragrance would drop, and I'm like, oh, I really like that one. Like, sniff, spray it, go test it out, if I did test it. And spray it on, whatever. And a lot of times these companies would offer free samples. Like, through Macy's or something. Excuse me. And I would go get it. And then the next fragrance would come out. And I was like, oh no, this, I have to get it. And then like something similar would come out. A company would clone it. And I'm like, well, let me try the clone. And so I found myself, and I went through this collection the other day. And I was like, realistically, what am I gonna continue with, right? What am I gonna keep my collection in? And I found that probably half of my collection is just collecting dust, and then the other half that I'm actually wearing, I never have a chance to fully appreciate the fragrance because I feel like I need to move to the next one to use up that bottle and get that out of the collection, use it up, man. And so I'm just wearing it and trying to empty the bottle so that I can have one less in my collection because my collection became overwhelming. Right? And I would see these fragrance content creators make these videos about decluttering and stuff like that, right? And I was thinking, nah, man, not me. I love everything I have. Honestly, even the ones I'm planning on getting rid of, some of them I really like. But I don't love them, right? And I'm sure once I get rid of those, I'll probably hit my collection again and be like, all right, now, what can I do to limit down this? What can I do to get rid of this next thing of bottles I'm not going to use? Or I want to use, but I have so many that realistically I never will. Right? So, and it's going to be some more work on me, but, I'm going to do it. I want you guys to. I'm going to make a video next week, right? And I'm going to post all of the fragrances that I'm willing to part with. I'll tell you roundabout price of what I got them for, and honestly, I just plan to give them away. I'll probably do one giveaway a week, maybe, right? And if I still have what you want, then, what I'll probably do is make a video of a certain fragrance, leave that video up for a week, and if it's not given away, then take it to Goodwill or something. Give it to somebody who I know wants a fragrance or something. But I have to get this collection out. And if I do one giveaway a week, I'll pay for shipping too. I just noticed that throughout all of this time, I've just been chasing the next fragrance and chasing the next fragrance and chasing the next fragrance. And it's like a drug addiction. You're always chasing that next high, Of course, I don't do drugs, but I know plenty of people who have. And I know plenty of people that have recovered from it. And one of the things they always say is There was never anything quite like the first high. They got high and then they always chased the high. Well, a lot of these were as a result of me chasing the high. And it's about time that I realized that this has gotten way out of control. I haven't bought any fragrances in almost a year, right? To give you guys an idea, just how bad it's been, right? I'm leveling with you guys. I realized it a while ago. I realized it last year. And I wasn't going to show this until the end of the year. And I was going to show it in a different context. This is what I've gone through this year. Other than this baby powder here. Right? This is what I've gone through this year. That's a lot, right? And it was all under the. And there's been more that didn't make it in here, but that is what I've been battling with. And so, my idea this year was to use them all up, right? But you can't just constantly 24/7 spray fragrance. Sometimes I bring it to work with me. Most of the time I do. And I'll spray them on at work. You know, if they're not a super strong one that won't offend, like, my coworkers and stuff, I'll bring it to work with me. But that shouldn't happen. Like, that's an addiction, right? And I see it now. There's another used bottle up there that I never put in here that I meant to. So I'll do that right after this video. But that said, fragrance addiction's a real thing. And so the fragrance videos will not stop on this channel, but there's got to be some work done, because it has become to a point where it's overbearing. You know, you get involved in this and you feel like you got to keep up with the reviewers. You don't have to keep up with the reviewers, right? If someone I don't have to keep up with the people that I watch. And if you watch me because of the fragrance reviews, you don't have to keep up with me, right? We push out this content wanting to get people to try a fragrance. And then before you realize it, man, you're pushing every fragrance out. You're pushing all the things you have out, everything you find. Whether it be from some super expensive fragrance to something you find at Ross or TJ Maxx. And it makes the problem worse, because you're pushing these fragrances out there. Hold on. This is going to sneeze. Hopefully I did a good enough job at cutting it out. But I guess the point of this video is it's great to love fragrances. It's great to want to smell good and everything. But you have to just think about, like, are you wearing everything that you have? Are you wasting money? Because these don't have an endless shelf life, right? It's a lot longer than people say, but really stop and appreciate what you have. And don't always go chasing the next thing that you think is the best thing. Because a lot of times, number one, it's not really going to be any better than what you already have. And number two, A lot of times when you have huge collections and you'll go back through and you'll wear something again and you forget that you actually like it, right? And then there becomes the problem of redundancy where you have 10 fragrances that all smell similar to each other. Well, why do you need that, dude? Like, why do I need 10 Aqua de Joes? Why do I need 10 Aventus? Why do I need 10 Spice Bombs? Right? Why do I need 10, what's a popular one back here? I don't know, 10 red tobaccos, right? Why do I need 10 of those? I don't, right? That's the point, is I don't need 10 of those. That's it. I just don't need it. One or two of something similar is fine. But it does, I mean, do what you want, but it does kind of get overbearing. At the same time, all of a sudden you got all this space that you're using up. But you're not using the things that you put the space in. I have all kinds of things over there that I just chased. I was like, that's a clone, that's a cheap one. You know, that's $10 here, that's $5 there, that's $15 there. And then next thing you know, you got $1,000 laying around worth of stuff that you just aren't using. Right? My fragrance collection probably, no joke, my fragrance collection is probably in the ballpark of about $5,000 to $6,000 that I spent on it. And honestly, in here, it's maybe $2,000 worth of fragrances of what I'm keeping. Let that sink in. Later.